Hey, listen up. Would you like a lifelong map to help navigate your world, make decisions, destroy addictions, and unleash your potential? If that sounds like something you'd be interested in, click the link below for a free 55-minute strategy session to be coached by me. And we'll get into the video. So, I wanted to talk about just about addiction and the stages of addiction, because in life, we go through stages and phases, and there are phases to addiction. And funnily enough, for some people, when you get rid of one addiction, another addiction can come into your life, or you may get rid of that addiction and that addiction comes back even stronger years down the track. So it's important to recognize that there are phases, and knowing which phase you're in, I think, is powerful. For example, the first phase of addiction is temptation, where you see the cookies in the cookie jar and you get an urge or an itch to, I guess, go and get that cookie. Which brings me to the second phase, the attraction phase. That temptation then attracts you like a magnet towards the addiction or the addicting behavior. And then once that attraction brings you closer, it leads to consumption. You consume that substance, or you're consumed by that behavior or thought pattern. And then the last stage is attachment. This is where you become fully attached to the addiction, and it feels like you can't really stop via your own will. And this might be, you might be at this stage where you're in an environment where you're surrounded by alcoholics. You live in a trap house of sorts, and just the entire environment makes it easier for you to be attached to that addiction. So that's when you're kind of like in the thick of it. So each stage, each phase and each stage are different. They're all different. And why it's important to recognize what stage you're in is because we can use certain tools and strategies to remove ourselves from those stages and phases and bring us back out of the addiction phases. I'd like to say maybe the fifth in the first phase is, you know, your freedom on two ends of the, if you got point A and point B, you know, you're not addicted. You have full control. But when you move through these phases, you need that extra support, those extra tools. So yeah, those are the phases of addiction, and there's many ways we can bring ourselves and become free of these addictions. It's a lifelong process, really. Setting up a resourceful environment can be key in all those different phases. Being present, meditation, having a routine, a structure, journaling, diet, exercise, and each one of these tools and, I guess, levers play a vital role in different phases. You're going to go through phases of addiction. You're going to have temptation, no doubt. You're going to be in that phase a lot. There just might be scenarios in your life where you will be tempted to grab a drink or smoke a bong or watch some porn or do some drugs. But once you recognize these phases and you see yourself in each phase and you have the tools, you can hop in the middle of the storm, in the eye of the storm, and or hop back out into the freedom zone. So yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts on the phases of addiction. This is Article 1. I'm done.